Okay guys, Force Closed here, and I've got a pretty cool video for you today. I'm going to try a non-traditional Tier 3 boss fight. I'm getting rid of my heroes from the garrison so I can use them in battle because I'm not going to use the regular heroes that I normally do, well, that I've tried to use and it hasn't worked in the past. I eventually went back to my roots where I first started Tier 2 stunning, my Tier 2 fight team, and it ends up being the team I can use for Tier 3. So what I use is Paladin to tank and Succubus debuff the attack with the normal champion for stuns, Pumpkin Duke for a speed buff, Druid to heal, and Cupid might not be necessary, but Cupid does help me in this case. So you see here, with everybody proccing, Paladin's shield is up, Succubus is debuffing. Paladin doesn't lose much health, so during that stun he can tank long enough so he doesn't die. This is a really good strategy if you've got high heroes, because they need to be strong enough to survive the boss's proc. So looks like about 138 is my lowest level hero at 7-star. So 8-star and above, most heroes should be able to survive. And this strategy works for me. You can see in this fight, I get a good run here where the boss doesn't wake up at all. And usually when this happens, you expect, oh, if I can last a minute, I can last forever, right? How can you go a minute without the boss waking up and not go the full 3 minutes? Well, for some reason it happens. I don't understand it. I don't know why Pumpkin Duke doesn't hold his stacks. I'm not sure if this happened before the update or after the update, but I know it's happening now. So because of that, I can't use my DPS team of Snowzilla in replace for Paladin and whoever else, Thunder God or Ninja or whoever, for in replace of Succubus. So this is the strategy that works for me. You can see my tank got a little bit low on health there. I guess his shield probably wasn't up. Now there's something else interesting. During the boss's proc right there, you see Cupid is still attacking. Everybody else was stunned. And earlier, I'm pretty sure Druid was still attacking, if it hasn't happened yet. But there's a new little bit of info I've just found out, is the boss only stuns 5 heroes. IGG designed the boss fight for only 5 heroes, so it looks like they set a limit on his proc to stun 5 instead of 6 or more. So when you're fighting like this with 6 heroes, one of them will continue to fight. Now this could be useful if the right hero is unstunned, because let's say Pumpkin Duke continues to attack and everybody else is stunned. That gives him a chance to maintain his stacks, and his proc will just keep going and going and going, and that might give you enough to permastun the entire time, which you see kind of going on here. I think I had a lucky heavy blow which made me skip one of the boss's stun intervals, and that let my heroes get fast enough to maintain a permastun for the rest of the fight. But it is strange. It's strange how this happens, how Pumpkin Duke loses his stacks every once in a while. My other fight, I only did 36 million yesterday, because it seemed like almost every 6 seconds they would lose the stack, or every 8, 9, 10 seconds, something like that. They would lose the stun, and the boss would come in and attack once. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll go over my hero's skills in a little bit, but there you see 65 million damage with a less than average team. I mean, I guess you can't consider my Pumpkin Duke and Cupid and whatnot less than average, but the Succubus and Paladin aren't ideal. I can still do it anyways. So here, you'll just see basic talents and stuff. But it turns out, with the new boss magic, this is definitely possible to use the unorthodox tank team. This usually wasn't even considered before. I'm pretty sure it was possible if you've got a 5/5 Revite, Succubus, and Paladin before boss magic. iOS users can probably use it right now. But it's definitely possible. So you don't need a permastun team. If you have high enough level heroes, it's totally possible. And for some reason, that's the only strategy that works for me right now. I'm going to have to take my Pumpkin Duke up to 9/9 or roll some nice berserks in order to get a permastun going. So for the time being, this works for me and I'm happy with it. It gets me enough for a full reward. So that's all you really need. Alright guys, thanks for watching.